What's up, YouTube? Orange Juice here with a very special guest. How you doing? We're in front of the camera this time, which is very unusual.
Look at our ugly faces.
Yeah, we're actually in front of the camera because what we're reviewing is very big. Good. I hope you can hear us fine because we're actually quite far away from the camera. It's
yeah,
kind
we
of
have to
zoomed
speak
in.
quite loud.
Because
basically
because these are very big sets, so trying to get them in frame is a pain. So like my usual style of disembodied pair of hands reviewing.
Disembodied pair of hands. Whoa.
That style won't work with these because they're massive.
Yeah, because they're big.
But today we're going to be doing a double feature review of Jay and Cole's Titan mechs.
Yeah. So I've got Jay's mech here because I built this one, and he's got Cole's mech because he built that one. So what do you want to start?
Let's start with
let's start with the small one
because it comes with more stuff as well.
Yeah. So
Should we start small?
We'll start off with the side build. So there's this little
cannon,
sort of cannon thing. It's got this feature where you're supposed to like push that back.
Oh yeah. It kind of works.
And it does that, but it doesn't work the best. It works like half of the time.
It's a bit. It's kind of a waste of parts, I'll be honest.
It's a bit naff.
It's not great.
Yeah. There's a couple of figures. There's this ugly, disgusting thing. I have no idea what it is, but I hate it. It's awful and disgusting. There's this fella. He's cool, I guess. Then there's this lady who is pretty cool.
Nia.
Yeah, Nia.
I'll probably shoot some close-up shots, which I'll edit in over
like
the top.
close-up shots that you edited in. But yeah, I like this little sort of accessory that she's got. And then also, in addition, don't knock him over. It does come with another figure. It does come with Jay, who is in the net.
Very nice mini. I really like these core minifigures.
And he's got this pair of nunchucks because he is a nunchuck man.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put him back in the mech, and yeah, let's take a look at the mech now.
Should we start with the articulation?
Yeah, we'll start with the articulation since it's probably the worst thing about the mech. It's not awful in terms of articulations. Parts coming off. It's not the worst. He's got ankles that pivot quite nicely. They don't really go forward or back, which is a bit of a shame, but I think that's mostly for stability. They should have used friction adders.
They should have.
Anyway, yeah, he's got knees for all of you knee fanatics out there. I know people are obsessed with knees because, Lego doesn't do knees. However, his hips are quite limited. They can only, because of the way they're built, they can only go out by one click. And most of the time, you have him standing on the one-click setting because otherwise it looks like he's cross-legged and he needs to pee.
So the funny thing is, his ankles, they can pivot to the side.
They can pivot to the side,
but you can't really take advantage of that.
You can't really take advantage of that. Yeah. His legs do go forward and backwards a decent amount though, which is good. He has these swords on the hip. One of them just rotates, one of them is on a ball joint, so they do get out of the way. His arms are better.
They move enough.
They click all the way forward. He's got a elbow bend, wrist swivel, individual finger articulation, and he's got a little swivel on the thumb.
Overall, the articulation's decent.
Yeah, he's got the shoulder pads that are on ball joints, and his head is on ball joint, and obviously you can fly around his funny ponytail thing.
As this is a comparison, let's take a look at the articulation on Cole's Titan.
The big one.
First of all, God, I just got to point this out before quickly. The sword, the weapon is insane.
It is absolutely huge.
So, the figure has a really good articulation. So, the figure, its arms can move forward and back. You can move it all the way. Little warning, sometimes these wings get in the way, so you just have to move them back if you want to move the shoulders back. It's a pretty simple thing. It's not really annoying, but it's just something to keep in mind. It's got a bicep swivel, which is very nice.
It makes use of like a new little ratchet piece. One of those, those ratchets that were introduced with Galador. It's one of those, but it's like fixed, it doesn't move. It's quite clever. Pretty cool piece.
He's actually got a double elbow, which is something you only really see on action figures.
Yeah, no,
so
he has got...
actually bended really far.
He has got sort of like action figure-ish articulation, hasn't he?
He's got a ball jointed wrist, which is pretty good because it uses one of these newer ball joints, so it supports the weight of the weapon perfectly fine.
Yeah, because they've got quite good friction.
And the weapon isn't that heavy, although the size may deceive you, it's not that heavy.
It is
As well
sort
as
of like a rubbery piece.
Fully articulated.
Which is why it might be a little bit bent.
But it's fine.
But you can take a hairdryer to it, or warm water, whatever.
Ooh, bit came off.
That came off?
Just elbow cap.
Just an elbow cap.
Yeah, neck, pretty simple, ball joint.
Yeah, I think the ball joint on the neck is less limited than it is on this though. This one's got pretty limited ball joint. You can only really look to the side that one.
This guy, one really cool bit of articulation, it's got a waist swivel, which is very rare.
Yeah.
It's got movable hip skirts, so you can move them out of the way, and his hips move pretty well. Problem is, they do sometimes knock off the hip skirts. His
As
hips
demonstrated.
move forward, they also move out to the side.
Yep.
He's got full knees, which bend a full 90 degrees. He's also got fully articulated, I said as I disconnected.
You say that as you disconnect it.
Fully articulated ankles.
With piston action on the back.
So
You want
if
to show that
you
off?
Take a look at the back. He's got full pistons.
That's
That is his
usually
Achilles
silver.
tendon.
Yeah.
But overall, this is very well articulated.
Yeah. He's also got individual finger articulation.
Yeah.
He uses sort of. Don't know if any of you watch Callan, Lord of Fire, but he uses sort of a similar hand technique as to what he uses on a lot of his mocks. I think he showed it off in a video ages ago.
So it could have inspired one of the designers, at least indirectly.
Yeah.
So aesthetics. I think aesthetic-wise, both of these, I'd probably say they're about equal in the aesthetic department.
Yeah, they're both.
Because they go for
good
very
looking.
different aesthetics, that's the thing.
This one's quite sleek. It's sort of. It looks a bit like an AVA unit.
Well, this one looks like a Gundam.
Yeah. They're both very sort of Japanese mech inspired, which makes sense for Ninjago because it's a very Asian inspired theme.
But it's all the Lego designers watching too much anime.
They're all weeds.
But honestly, I don't mind it because we get some pretty awesome sets out
We
of
get
it.
some pretty awesome mechs. Yes, we do.
When it comes to size, this one's definitely much larger, and it's also more articulated.
But I think it is a bit more expensive.
Yeah,
So you
this
sort of
I
expect that.
think this one's around £60, or this one's around 90.
Yeah.
So you feel the extra £30 of
You
value in this
do
one,
feel the extra.
even with all that crap on the side.
Even with all of this stuff.
You feel the extra value of the bigger set.
Yeah. Some people have complained about the lack of extra stuff in the set, such as the lack of extra minifigures, but I'm pretty sure that's because all the parts budget went to the massive fuck off mech.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's true. I think I heard it from the Duckbricks review. So that's such a great review. I'm quoting another review.
Yeah.
But apparently, the designer who made this was his last set he designed as an active designer, and afterwards he moved on. He is moving on to more of a supervisor role. So when he's put all of his best work forward into this. Yeah, overall these are both very cool sets.
They are both very cool sets. Has this got any other gimmicks besides the articulation in that? Because this
Not
does have
really.
a couple. Obviously, I've covered the launching figure before, but it has got those things.
Hey, we didn't lose them.
We didn't lose them. Hell yeah!
We actually have a guy behind the camera with a tennis racket, so whenever we fire those out, he's putting them back to us. These weapons are actually.
He doesn't say anything because he's a mute.
So there's these weapons the sets come with are very nice. This one comes with a sword so massive, you know, I can use it.
And this guy comes with this big cool thing. I like how it's built up with the black. If I grab that, compare. That's your size comparison. It's you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. But one of the cool things about these is that they both use this same sort of handle system in the hand. So if you want, they can hold each other's weapons,
That's actually quite nice.
which is pretty cool. I like the fact that they've kept that consistent throughout the sets. I don't know if the
Older Titan mech. I don't think the older Titan mechs are compatible with this.
I don't know if the same one the Lloyd one is. But
These sets are overall they look great. I love the colour scheme. A lot of people are a little turned off by the white being used in these, but I like it. It's a very uniting
I quite
factor.
like it. It looks sort of a bit Exo Forcey. When I move him. Yeah. Anyway, well, we were doing overall thoughts, weren't we?
Just value.
Yeah, value. So I'd say both of these are probably worth the price. I'd say definitely this guy's huge.
I'd recommend it for any mech fan.
Yes. And this guy, yeah, I recommend it. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I like him.
So yeah, final thoughts is we recommend.
Yeah, recommend.
For a comparison, if we were to say, because this is a comparison,
This is a comparison group.
which would you say is better?
Yeah. The big one.
Yeah,
it's got to be the big one. The big one is better. He's got
More articulation.
the articulation is one of the big factors. This does have it beat in gimmicks, but that's about the only thing it has it beat in. This one looks cooler. It is cooler. It's better articulated. And yeah, it's got Cole in it. He's the better ninja of the two.
They're both very nice.
Good start.
And they look great together, I gotta say.
They do look great together. I would like to see more mechs in this style.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what they go to Kai and Nia.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully it helped inform your buying decisions.
Yeah.
Or at least just entertained you, you know?
Yeah, no, hopefully it did inform your poor financial decisions.
Anyway, I will see you in the next video.
Goodbye.